Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Lexi and today we are going to do a WIP and Chat. WIP stands for work in progress, so I'm going to work on my current work in progress and just do a little chat. So today we are working on Floating Along by Jeremiah Kettner, and it is from Diamond Art Club, and I'll put a link below so that if anybody is interested in where they can find this diamond painting, they'll be able to find the link in the description. Okay, so for products that I am using, I have this cute little cover minder. It's a frog with rhinestones. I actually made this one. I upcycled a brooch. I just took the brooch off of the pin part off the back and put a magnet. So I can use this to hold my plastic cover back. So we'll do that now. And, sorry, I'm making a racket. I've got some pens here. I've got the main pen I use is from Enabler's Outpost. It's so gorgeous. It's like my favorite pen right now. I will link their website below. It's a custom hand-turned pen. And then these two I love very much as well. These are from Amazon, and I will link these below. I have just pink wax in this one for the AB drills. In this one I have white putty, and then in this one I have white putty in the multi-placer and then glue dots in the single placer. And then I have a tray from Bella Art de Nicole, which I absolutely love. The putty that I'm using is just some putty that, it's white putty, but then I added a banana scent to it, so it smells really, really good. And I just have it like in this little packet here. And then my storage containers are all from ARTDOT, and I will put a link to those as well. So we will get into it. I'm working on the 310s, which is black. Just doing the outlines here. So today is Wednesday, January 25th. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day and week. It's almost the end of the month, which I actually forgot about until yesterday when I was talking to my boss and she mentioned end of month, and I was like, oh yeah, it's almost end of month. I always forget like in January because January feels so long. It's kind of wild. So, yeah, we're almost to February, almost to Valentine's Day, which is, I don't know, how do people feel about Valentine's Day? I know a lot of people are kind of like, meh, it's just a invented holiday for the greeting card company or whatever, but then some people really like it. I really like it. I've always really liked it. And my husband and I always celebrate. I think it's just a sweet day. Even if it is a manufactured holiday. I guess it's not really a holiday. It's just a special day. But my husband got home last night, and there was a UPS package, and it was this really big box, and he handed it to me, and it was really heavy. And he's like, here, it's your Valentine's Day present. And I was like, what? I'm like, why are you giving this to me now? And he's like, oh, well, I know you don't like to wait. And I'm like, that's not true, actually. He's the one that is bad at waiting, like, for stuff like that. I'm not. I can wait. He's bad at waiting. So he wanted me to open it. And so he had me open it last night, and he's like, you're going to love it because it's technology, which he knows I love technology things. Like, I love my phone, I love computers, I love like all the little gadgets and stuff. And he's like, it is technology and it's going to make our lives easier, so you're going to love it. I'm like, okay. And he got me a, it's not a Roomba, but it's like similar. It is a Shark brand vacuum cleaner. It's like one of those disc robot ones that like vacuums automatically on its own, but it also will mop on its own. And I did not know that they had invented such a thing. And so I was extremely excited. I cannot wait to program this thing. So you like program it for each room and like what function you want it to do, so it will, and like the timer and everything, so it will go around and vacuum each room, and it will mop the rooms that you tell it to. I'm so excited, and it will make our lives so much easier. I'm so excited, and he was right. Like, the fact that it's like a technology thing, it's like a robot computer thing that I have to like program, that's like perfect for me. I'm so excited. And he was like joking, he's like, romantic, huh? I got you a vacuum cleaner for Valentine's Day. And I was like, actually, it's the perfect gift. Like, I don't care that it's a vacuum cleaner. Like, I'm so excited. Like, it will make our lives easier, and it's super cool. So I'm very excited about it. So I got my Valentine's present a little bit early, but I think he was just so excited for me to open it and see my reaction. He couldn't wait. So it was very cute. So I'm excited, but I haven't had a chance to set it up yet, just because it will take a while to set up. So I will be doing that probably this weekend, just because I have a lot going on this week, just in terms of, you know, work and channel stuff and real life stuff. So so today's Wednesday, and I'm doing my WIP and Chat, and then tomorrow for Thursday, I plan on filming my first true crime video for the new channel, which I talked about last week. Bree from Painting with Pities and we are going to be doing a joint channel. It's called Paint by Murder, and so it's a crafting / true crime channel. And so we'll be doing essentially WIP and Chats, but then the focus, though, will be on true crime. And so I will, excuse me, link to that channel below, so that if you are interested in true crime and or diamond painting, you can subscribe over there if you would like to. Now, there will still be plenty of diamond painting content on this channel, and I will still do a couple of true crime type WIP and Chats over here occasionally, but just not as much, because I want, you know, the focus of this channel is crafting and diamond painting. But over there will be the true crime stuff, completely true crime. And our focus will be on, you know, just various cases, whether they are new active cases or cold cases that still need to be solved. You know, with just keeping in mind that there are victims that need justice or need attention, need awareness, things like that. So that'll all be over there. So that's my plan for tomorrow. And then I'm still on my no-buy for diamond painting stuff, which is going good. I do have a couple of like loophole exceptions for the no-buy. One of them would be like I have rewards points saved up for Diamond Art Club that, you know, you can cash them in and get like essentially gift certificates to use on there. So like if I wanted to, I could cash in rewards points. And then my other loophole for the no buy is that if I really wanted to buy something, I could use money earned through other means, like outside of my job, if that makes sense. So like, something that I really haven't talked about on here ever is I have a t-shirt store on Etsy. So like, that's just a side project that is not my main job. So like, for example, money that I make on there, I could use for diamond painting if I wanted to, but for the most part, I'm just on a no-buy at the beginning of this year. The purpose of it is to catch up on what I got going on already. I already got paintings I gotta work on, so yeah. So that's going good. But the point of me telling you that was that I do have a couple of paintings that I purchased in 2022 that I haven't shown yet. And I might share those in upcoming videos just because I find those videos to be interesting when other people do them. And so I just wanted to share them and show the paintings that I got. So I might do those in an upcoming video. So I have some coffee here, and it is just like hazelnut flavored from Green Mountain Coffee Company, and it's really, really good. And I had bought another flavor from them that is brown sugar crumble, and that is my favorite one, and it's a little bit hard to find around here. And they didn't have it at the grocery store the last time I went. I say went to the grocery store. I didn't actually go to the grocery store. I tried for the first time doing the Kroger pickup on the app, and it was amazing. So I had been using Instacart pretty religiously since 2018, like pre-2020. I hate going to the grocery store. It is one of my least favorite things to do. I hate crowds. I hate just being there. I hate wasting my time doing it. I would rather be doing other things. I hate all of it. I just would rather be doing other things than going shopping. So I had used Instacart since about 2018 because that's when we moved to an area where they actually had Instacart service working. Where we lived before, they didn't have Instacart at that time. So I would have been using it a lot sooner had it been available, let me tell you. So I started using it in 2018, and it was great. I loved it, kind of. I mean, I had like a love-hate relationship with it, to be honest. Like, sometimes it depends on your shopper. Like, here's what I love about Instacart. I don't have to go. For the most part, the shoppers are great, and they do all the work for you, and they communicate with you and everything. But sometimes you might get a shopper that's not as good. Or this isn't even the shopper's fault. They go to a store that doesn't carry all the stuff that you asked for. So like where I live, there's like 3 Krogers that are near me that you could technically go to. And so like one of the Krogers is a small one that's pretty like outdated, and I never go to because they never have the things in stock that I buy. But like if the shopper chooses to go to that one, then it ends up not being a great a great trip. Anyway, so anyway, I had like this love-hate relationship with Instacart. But it was starting to get to be just like really ridiculously expensive. Like, I don't mind paying the extra fees and like tipping somebody for doing the work for me. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like the upcharge on the actual items on Instacart. Like, and I get like that's how Instacart makes their money, but I just couldn't justify it anymore. And my husband was like, "Are you crazy? Like, why are you doing this?" And so he's like, just do the pickup, just do the pickup. And I'm like, fine. That means I still have to leave my house, but it's better than going grocery shopping. And I swear it's not because I'm lazy. I just prefer to be at home doing other things. Maybe that sounds like being lazy. I don't know. But anyway. So I tried the Kroger. I feel like this is a really long story for just telling you that I tried Kroger pickup. Basically, I downloaded the Kroger app and I did my grocery shopping on the app, and then my husband went and picked up the groceries on his way home from work, and he said it was fantastic. He's like, you just pull through like on the side of the building. I got to pick which store, like instead of like, you know, you get to actually dictate like which store you're gonna go to. So I went to like my favorite Kroger, and he said you just pull up like through this little like drive-through thing at the side of the store. They bring all the stuff out, they load it in the car. They had every single item that I asked for. It was all packaged really nicely. Everything was temperature controlled, and it cost me less money. So I'll be doing that from now on. So I would recommend it if nobody's tried it yet. I'm probably the last person in the world to try it, honestly. I was just so dedicated to my Instacart. And like in some ways, I feel kind of bad not using Instacart anymore because I know like a lot of people make their money that way. And that's like a good job for people, like, or like they make extra money on the side and stuff. But I just can't justify spending that much money anymore on it, honestly. Like, it's so expensive. Maybe once in a while I'll still do it, but I think going forward I'll do the pickup. But it's such a time saver. Like, honestly, I work a lot, and then I have 10 million hobbies that I do, and dogs, and hanging out with the husband, and this and that, and so I do have some. Oh my goodness, look what I just did. Not the most graceful crafter you'll ever see. I do have some kind of sad news about my chickens. So I had 4 chickens that were rescue chickens, basically. I had chickens when I was younger, when I was a kid. My parents got me chickens because, listen to this rationale, I wanted a horse. And so my parents got me chickens when I was a kid. I guess maybe like they thought, she wants a barnyard animal, we'll get her chickens to take care of, and maybe she'll shut up about the horse. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, we had chickens when I was a kid, and so I was like used to taking care of them, like I knew what to do and everything. So then, as an adult, I always wanted chickens, but I lived in the city previously, couldn't have them. Well, then my husband and I moved out to the country, and I was like, please, can I have chickens? And he was like, sure, fine. He built me a coop and a run and everything, and we decided to get chickens, but at that point, we did not feel like we could handle getting baby chicks. And so we opted to buy adult hens, knowing that there was a potential that we could be, like, if you ask anybody, like, whether you should get chicks or full-grown hens, most people will tell you get the chicks, because if you buy somebody else's, like, full-grown hens, you're most likely just buying somebody else's problem that they want to get rid of. Like, the chickens are probably sick or something like that, and there's a reason they're getting rid of them. So we knew that that was a possibility. We found this ad for a farm near us that had been selling hens every year kind of consistently, and so we thought that might be a good place to go. Well, when we got there, we realized it probably was not the best place, but then in my heart, I couldn't leave those chickens there. And so we got these 4 chickens from there. And it wasn't a good situation. They were in a big, not even big, actually. I say big, but it wasn't big. It was a small enclosure with 2 giant roosters, which is not a great situation for these poor little hens. And they were all like plucked, like they had a lot of feathers missing. And I don't think it was from molting. I think it was from being pecked by others. And two of them had broken beaks, and they just they had mites. I had to deworm them. They had respiratory illnesses. Found out later that one of them had I forget the technical term, but basically I found out later one of them laid a lash egg, which means that they have a infection in their their reproductive system. And so these chickens were not okay. And so that's why I say that they were rescue chickens. I also think that they were a lot, well, not think, I know they were a lot older than the gentleman said that they were. So anyway, so I wish I had the pictures handy of when we first got them versus like after they had basically been rehabilitated. Their feathers all returned. They put weight on. They looked healthy and bright-eyed, and they were like rehydrated, and we got rid of the mites. They got rid of their worms. They got rid of their respiratory illnesses. They were laying beautiful eggs. They were no longer sick. And so we got them in 2020, and, within 6 months to a year, they were turned around. They were like beautiful, happy chickens. They actually were very, very bossy. They would like bully me for treats. I think I said this previously in another video. Like they would just would bully me to bring them treats. They would get so excited. I would bring them worms and strawberries, and those were like their favorite things to eat. Well, in the fall, we lost the first one, and I was never really sure exactly what happened because all of a sudden she was just gone. And then it became very apparent that they were dying of old age. And the process for chickens dying of old age is kind of interesting, actually. So chickens are prey animals. They are the prey that predators look for. And so chickens will, and I don't know if this is like every bird or just chickens or what, but chickens will try to minimize any kind of weakness or distress that they are having so that they don't attract the attention of the predators. And so as a hen gets older, they will just like completely stop eating, but they will continue to drink water. They'll still walk around. They'll look around. They'll look like they're interested in things. They pretend like everything is fine. So they seem like they're interested in life, and they're like doing their thing, and they're pecking around and investigating things, but like they just stop eating. And so they lose weight like very rapidly. They'll still drink water though. And then so they're like play acting like they're okay, but they're essentially dying. And it's all part of like the normal process of like an aging hen. But it can be like really shocking. So like the first time I noticed like one of the hens getting like really skinny, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, she's sick. Like, she is like starving to death. Like, what is happening? Well, you know, I researched it a little bit more, and I realized then like what was actually happening, and like you can't force feed them. Like, that's not going to happen. That's not going to work. It's actually just part of their life cycle, and it's a little bit hard to watch, but you know, everything that I've read said that it's normal, they don't suffer, and things like that. And that essentially they just go to sleep and they don't wake up again, and that they don't feel pain when that happens, and things like that. So we started to lose them one by one. And I just noticed that, so we lost the second to last one, and I was very, very upset and nervous for the last remaining chicken, because chickens are social animals. They love to be together. They don't like to be alone. They get a little crazy if they are alone. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what to do. And everything that I read said, like, they'll be fine for like a little while, but after a few weeks, they really cannot be alone. They'll start to go like kind of stir crazy. So a couple weeks ago, we lost the second to last one. I was really, really nervous. And so I was doing everything I could to like keep our last chicken, you know, just keep her spirits up and keep her, just company. So like I would go out there and I would like talk to her and take her treats and cuddle her and just talk to her, spend time with her. I bought her a stuffed chicken that looked like her and put it in the coop with her, which might sound silly, but she cuddled with it a lot, and she actually liked it. I put a mirror in there so she could see herself. I put toys in there. I took the dogs over there to interact with her a little bit, and things like that. Well, yesterday on my lunch break, I noticed that I had to pick her up to move her, and I instantly felt the bone like in her chest, like I think they call it the keel bone. And I was like, oh, okay. And I noticed like she hadn't had any of the worms that I had taken her like the day before, which they love worms. That's their favorite treat. They love, love, love worms. And I took her some strawberries, and they also love strawberries, like would go bananas to eat the strawberries. She wouldn't even look at them, wouldn't even peck them or anything, wouldn't touch the worms. And I was like, oh no, this is it. And so last night she did pass away. So I knew that it was coming because like I had picked up on like the cues from the others, but it was really, really sad. And I just feel like I know that I didn't fail. I know it's not my fault. I know that it's the aging process. They're really old. I know I gave them a good life. I know that they had the best life they possibly could, considering like where they came from, and that, you know, I helped them a lot, but I just feel really, really guilty still. Like, even though like I know it's literally just natural part of life, I still like just feel like so guilty. I don't know. So I have no more chickens. But on the bright side, you know, I know that I did give them a good life, and that their life could have been so much worse if they would have stayed where they were, you know. Anything would have been better than where they were, I think. But we had, you know, like 2.5 really good years with them, and they were great chickens. They gave us eggs, and they were so fun, and they just had great little personalities. and they all had different personalities. And because I only had 4, I got to know them really well. So like there was, and I did name them, by the way. So there was one tiny one that was kind of like the runt, and I just called her Little Girl, and she was tiny. I mean, she had a tiny beak, tiny feet, like she was just so tiny, and her feathers were very tiny compared to the other chickens, and she was just so cute and tiny. And she was the second to last to pass away. And then I had one that I had called Becky, and she was just kind of quiet and like standoffish. She was one of the ones that had the broken beak, and so that's why I called her Becky, like Becky, Beaky, I don't know. And then I had one called Karen because she was really mean. She would, and no disrespect to any Karens out there, but I'm just saying, like, she was really mean. Like, she would constantly scream at me she's the one that would bully me. Like, anytime I would walk out the door, she would, like, squawk at me because she wanted food. And then I would walk into the run and she would jump on me. She would always, like, not attack me, but, like, she would just jump on me to try to get the treats that I was bringing. And she would, like, square up to me. She was just a bully. And then, so she was the second one to pass away. And then the very last one was Sweetie, who was an absolute sweetheart, always loved to be cuddled. I don't know if anybody else has ever had chickens, but they don't really like to be touched or like picked up or anything. But Sweetie actually really liked to be cuddled. She liked to be held and stuff, and so that's why I called her Sweetie. She was sweet chicken. So they were cute. They were good chickens, and I would, I just told her last night, I was like, thank you for being my chicken and being so good, and thank you for all the eggs, and poor thing. So I think I gave them a good life, though, and, I definitely miss them. So now my plan is to not get any more right now. My plan is to redo the coop in terms of like repainting it, totally cleaning it out, fixing anything that might be broken. I'm gonna put up like new roosting bars, just like freshen it up, like that type of thing. Check for any areas that might be weakened, fill in any cracks, anything like that. I'm going to also redo the run, like put down new like sand and gravel in there, and also probably construct a new fenced area for grass for them. For when I get new chickens. And then in the spring, I think I am going to get baby chicks. And things are just a little bit different now, so I think I will have time to actually invest into having baby chicks, because with the baby chicks, like, you have to have them sort of like, well, I think what I would have to do is have them inside for a little while until they're old enough to be outside, and then put them, out in the coop. So that is the plan. I thought about getting more chickens when we were down to only one, to keep Sweetie company, but I didn't want to stress her out. I knew that she was old and probably going to pass away soon. Also, with it being winter, I didn't necessarily just want to get new chickens. Plus, I was toying around with the idea of getting chicks, and it just wasn't going to be feasible. Plus, I want to redo the coop. So it just, like, the timing of it all was just really kind of crazy. I'm sorry. I've been talking forever about chickens. It's a lot. So I need to go out there today and take all the bedding out, because obviously that's still in there, because she only passed away last night. So that will be sad, because, like, now there's no more chickens out there. They completely stopped laying, so, like, there has not been any eggs for quite some time, but we were just keeping them because we weren't going to, you know, put them down just because they weren't laying eggs. That's not right. So we haven't had eggs in a long time from them. They laid really good, like, when we first got them, but obviously when hens get older, they stop laying completely. So, yeah. So, yeah, if you're new to chickens and contemplating getting them, just be aware that if you get adult chickens from somebody, that can happen where they're old and they could have diseases when you get them. So, yes. So, let's see what else is going on. Oh, update on my craft room. I talked about this in a prior video. I am waiting to put some barn doors across the closets in my craft room. We just have to paint them, which was going to be a project for a weekend. And then we ended up having to do some work on our house instead that had to be done right away. And then the temperature dropped. And now we can't paint the doors because it is too cold in the garage and the paint won't work due to the temperature. So that's on hold until it gets a little bit warmer, which is okay. I'm not really in a rush, except for I do want to do a craft room tour video, but there's really no rush on that. So that will be coming up. And let's see what else is going on. My grandparents are doing good. I thought my nan would be in a nursing home by now, but she's still in the hospital. I think they're just waiting for placement is the issue, but she's doing okay. They do have a place for her. I think they're just waiting to transport her there. My granddad is doing okay. He is at home. He has caretakers in the home 24/7, and he has actually been eating regular meals, which he wasn't doing before, so that's an improvement. And he's been reading some books, which is an improvement because I don't think he was doing anything for himself before. So that's good. I think he was just so focused on my nan before that he just really wasn't doing anything for himself. And that just goes to show you how important self-care is. You know, he was like really kind of going off the rails without taking care of himself. So I might have to go to England soon, depending on how things go there, but we will kind of sort that out when the time comes. I think that's about it in my life. I've been feeling a little bit overwhelmed with stuff, but nothing too major. Just seems like there's a lot going on, but also not really. Like, a lot of it is just how I'm reacting to stuff and my anxiety, so I just need to work on controlling that. Work's going good, just busy. You know, some days I have to stay late and it's a little bit unpredictable, and that can be kind of crazy. Like on Monday, I had to stay late, and like I get like so flustered because then it kind of screws the whole night up. But my husband's so nice. Like, he came home, he had picked up the grocery order, and he's like, you're stressed out. What's going on? And I was like, I can't get off the computer. I can't get off work. I need to make dinner still, like, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, okay, well, he's like, I'll go make dinner. Just do what you got to do. It will be fine. I'm like, okay, thank you. He's like, all you got to do is ask. I'm like, okay, you're right. You're right. So he made dinner and I finished up work and it was fine. Like, I didn't need to freak out about it. So, yes. So I'm hoping that I am able to get done with work on time today because I do want to look up a few things for my video tomorrow and make sure I'm ready to go for that. I also need to just do some general editing things for the channel. What is going on here? I've like not got these lined up correctly. Let's try again. Something is off here. There we go. No, I'm missing one. Okay, that was the problem. There we go. I'm really enjoying working on this picture. It is like by far my favorite thing that I'm working on right now. I am also working on, I just have these sitting up here by me. I'm working on these cute little cups that are keychains. And I guess they don't have to be for Valentine's Day, but they look very Valentine's Day-ish. So these aren't done yet. You can see some of the symbols still on there, but I've been working on these like on my lunch break from work. And they're turning out really, really cute. And so I think I'm going to turn some into cover minders, but then also do keychains for some of them. I think they're really cute. They're very blingy. Very, very blingy. So I've been working on those. And then I have another Diamond Art Club thing that I'm working on. And I still have Christmas coasters that I'm working on. I ended up not finishing them, and then those were actually supposed to be a present for somebody, but we ended up not being able to see that person for Christmas because of the snowstorms, and so then I put them on the back burner, and you know how that goes. So I need to finish them though because we are still going to be celebrating Christmas at some point with that person. So I need to finish them. Oh my goodness, there's a loud truck outside. I live out in the country, but there's like loud trucks and like farm equipment that goes past my house sometimes. So, okay, well, I am going to finish there because I need to run to work now. But this will be going up sometime around noon today. So I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.